Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you are hearing me well, that you see me well. We already have a lot of people in the chat and that makes me really happy. Wait, I need to put the lights on. I was busy with something because I was trying a new thing that it's not working and I don't like when it's not working. I really don't like when it's not working. So I will have to check. I will have to do better. Anyway, it is what it is, guys. I wanted to make it even more simple way of working, but apparently my computer doesn't want to. It is what it is. It is what it is. I tried. It is what it is. Ciao to all the people in the chat. We will speak about a lot of things today. Well, a lot of things. We'll try to keep it calm, not too long, because tomorrow I have a lot of things to do. But Igor Tudor, important words, and yes or no, can he become a Juve coach? We already spoke about it in the video 2 days ago, I believe, yesterday. There was one condition for Igor Tudor to become the coach of Juventus, but Igor Tudor pushed by the media, by everyone. And when Tuttosport is starting speaking about Tudor, when Tuttosport is starting speaking about a name, there is always a reason why. And from Tudor we go to another one that had a double page on Tuttosport, and we are speaking about Adrien Rabiot. I am absolutely not surprised about the latest updates about Adrien Rabiot opening more than only with beautiful words to possibly staying at Juventus. And not even talking too much about money, about salary, and so on and so on. So we have some beautiful things to speak about. Tudor, Rabiot, but also the possible lineup, because now we are already Wednesday. Tomorrow we are Thursday. We start a crazy month of April, and we know it with 9 games. How many times did we repeat it? So we have a lot of things to discuss about today. So let me say hello to the people. The first one was Michael Arteta. We have Marwan Ali, Bogdan Gradisteanu. We have Charles Leclerc, Stavros Georgianu, Dudu, Risencross, GJustjuve. Ciao G. We have Risencross is saying, Beppe, loving the segments of putting the words of the Juventini into your video. Well, starting with that. I really want, I don't know if Aldo is there or not in the chat, but I really want to say thank you to Aldo Bonazo, because he was the first one ever to do it. I don't know. Yeah, he's there. He's in the chat. So, ciao, Aldo. Aldo is the very first one to do it. So, for the membership, I told you, you have also some perks, some nice things to do. Not only that I see your name in green, but also the possibility to be involved to the channel. We are a lot of people. I can't do it for everyone, but for the members, I'm sure that what they will say, what they will tell me is really something that they have on their heart. Because in the past I tested it and we had a lot of trolls where I lost a lot of time. I had to delete 1 or 2 lives that went really badly, and that's why I limited it for the members of the channel. But guys, fantastic, because I asked in the membership community tab if some people wanted to, of course no obligation, but if they wanted to share an opinion about Juventus, or a question to me, or a question about Juve, or an opinion, or whatever they wanted. No obligation, no topic. And the very first one to do it was super nice. It was Aldo from South Africa sending me a video. First, he said thank you for a lot of things. I kept that one private for me. I didn't want to share too much, but I focused on his words on Dusan Vlahovic, and I'm super happy that Aldo was the first one. I received 2 other videos. Not always I will be able to do it. It will not be in every single video, but when there are some interesting things, I will keep them. I will try to put it 1, max 2 times a week, so that we have more and more the faces of the people. Again, no obligation. I know it's not easy to record themselves, and I can tell you it is absolutely not easy. And why not in the future also joining me for a live with some people would be really beautiful. So thank you, Aldo. I saw the comments. A lot of people appreciate the comments. No, it's not the purple Aldo, but it's the other Aldo Bonasso in the chat. We know it. We have a lot of Aldos in the chat, but it was really nice to see a face, to hear a voice, to hear an opinion also about Dusan Vlahovic. I wrote it this morning. There were some important words said by Aldo about the team victory is your own victory, that Dusan Vlahovic has to think also about the team. If we win, he needs to be happy. So really, really great things. I was super happy. Thank you. And guys, I recommend you, if you want to, you go into the community tab for members and you will see that you have my email address. Send me a WeTransfer and then we see what we can do. Thank you. Really, really appreciate it, Aldo. And you need a lot of courage to be the first one to do it. You really need a lot of courage. So again, double applause. Styler Z, ciao to you, ciao to Alex, ciao to Helicopter, Lord, ciao everyone. I can't wait for football to start again. And here the verdict of the -15 this month is going to be big and wild. Ciao Sasha, ciao Alessio, Filippo Rosada, ciao guys. Been waiting for a live since a couple of days. But yesterday I recorded with Turin Giants, it's true. On Monday I took an evening off, I believe. Yeah, I watched again The Sixth Sense. I see that people. Attenzione. It was years ago. When you know the end, guys, I will not spoil for the people that didn't watch it. But when you know the end of The Sixth Sense, well, it's not the same anymore. Right? It's not the same. So I have to say it was a bit the Fifth Sense that I watched. Anyway, and I was live on Sunday. So we are back. We are back. Ciao, Filippo Rosada. Who wants to bet on how late Beppe is? Well, I'm late, indeed. But because of technical, not problems, but I wanted to upgrade, and again I did it really, really late because I had a lot of things to do today. Ciao to Last Samurai, Tudor coming back. Attenzione, calma, calma, Lord, calma, 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 calma. Steve Cano, I think that Tudor will give Divinite. We already are with Tudor is there. No, Steve, no, he's not there yet. A super boost and the youngsters, but I will continue to give Allegri the respect he deserves, sticking with Juve like a pro and a gentleman in difficult moments. Ciao Marian, Brandon, Grande Beppe. These 2 weeks without Juve were long. To be honest, it's not even 2 weeks, huh? It's not 2 weeks. It's these 2 weeks on actually Sunday. So it will be like 2 weeks minus 1 day before we see football, but the players are already starting to come back. Nearly everyone except of the Argentinian ones are back. They are back in La Continassa, especially from tomorrow, so that they can start. And I will give you an update on that. Ciao 416. No, Tudor is not the new Juve coach. Stipe is there as well. So a lot of people, guys. Hey, I'm happy that we have so many different people in the chat. Ciao, Juve Dad. My wife took the kids to soccer practice today, which means I am free to join your live. It doesn't happen a lot. Juve Dad, welcome. So I can't go with everyone I saw RB comes. Let me only say thank you to Sader. Sader that became a member of the chat fino alla fine. Thank you, Sader. Really, really appreciate it, my buddy. Really appreciate it. Today, a new member of the chat. Boom, like that. Sader. Thank you, Sader. Ciao, Cecilia. Ciao, Samir. Ciao to all the people in the chat. Anthony Schifano, Helicopter, Punzara 2007, Limo 2000, Beppe, any news on Gnonto or Fratesi? Well, okay, calma. We start with Tudor. Tudor, we have to link it with Tuttosport. Tuttosport is a page that is really close to Juventus, but extremely close to Juventus. Why? Because it's a paper that is based in Torino, always, has always spoken with priority about Juventus, but they had Xavier Jacopelli, that is a director that is good, not a Juve fan. His vision of doing Tuttosport was a lot of gossip, was a lot of big titles, was a lot of mercato. They had inside sources, they had some part of true, but also a lot of things were blow up to attract, and you watch. Guido Vassiago was taking care of the Juve topics, not as a director, but inside the papers. He was taking care of the Juve. But since now, I believe a year or something like that, or not even a year, but nearly a year, he became the director of Tuttosport, and they changed everything. They changed the way of communicating. It's more a storytelling, it's explaining, it's going in detail. It's less big titles, it's tranquillo, much easier to read, no big shocking words. But also, you see, in every video and so on and so on. For example, All or Nothing, you see Guido Vassiago was there. I saw an Apple TV documentary about the Super League. Guido Vassiago is there. Guido Vassiago is a real man that knows what is happening at Juventus. And when they are speaking, a lot of times you can try to understand that something is happening. There are no promises, of course, there is nothing promises, but something is happening. When you saw Tudor on Tuttosport, I said, attenzione, what is happening? For the people that are following the chat and the live and the channel, you know how many times I said personally in difficult times, and also when it started to become a bit better, I never changed my own intuition, my own feeling. I believe, and I will go back before the management left and so on, I always believed that at the end of the season, Allegri and Juventus would have split roads. Mutual agreement. That's always what I had in my mind, okay? If we won something, could have been the Scudetto back then, now it's not possible anymore, but if we won the Scudetto, or if we won the Champions League, where we are out now, if we won one of these two big things, I always was convinced that Max Allegri would have left Juventus by his own, saying, I did what I had to do, I leave. Of course, the things have changed in the meanwhile. We are not anymore in the Champions League. We are not anymore able to compete for the Scudetto with or without the -15. It's something that is impossible. The Scudetto is already from Napoli. Congratulations to them. But there are still some objectives, new objectives in difficult times. Winning the Europa League, winning Coppa Italia, qualifying to the top 4. I always said, if we win something, I think that Max Allegri could possibly leave by himself. Back then, I said, if it's a disaster season, if we win nothing, I believe personally that Juventus will stop with Max. And they will stop the contract, even if there are 2 more years to pay. So my intuition has always been, at the end of the year, Max Allegri leaves. Then, I don't know. Things changed so much in the meanwhile, I see the message of Izza. I saw some polls that we did on the channel about Conte back or Allegri in and so on and so on. I saw that a lot of people recently, they changed opinion about Max, giving him credit. That doesn't mean that they love the way that we are playing, because this is totally different. The way that we are playing, the proposition of football, adaptation to modern offensive football made out of intensity, that's something totally different, okay? But the respect for the man Allegri increased a lot from the Juventini. What does that mean, respect? Understanding that he was alone, that he had to deal with a lot of problems, and that he was able, while there were a lot of wind, tornadoes from left, from right, to keep the boat on the sea without sinking, and even doing something more, showing unity and showing that the team was able to follow him in a really difficult time, but also to give what they had in their heart. And what they have in their heart is probably not enough to compete with the Real Madrid and Manchester United of this world, or Manchester City, of this world. Probably not, because you have the heart, you have the passion, you have the DNA, but then you have also the qualities, the skills, and having a team at 360 degrees that is really working. But I saw a lot of people respecting and even starting, like Suk in the chat saying, Allegri in. He needs to say. Cecilia is saying, I prefer Allegri for the next season as a coach. We need to give the players consistency, confidence and certainties. Steve Cano, I want to give Allegri the chance one more year with a summer camp in Italy, Europe. He has given the youngsters chances, and if the injuries are low and we build a team, I think that Allegri can win again. Aldo, style is for the good teams. When you are under attack and in difficult times, they need then you first need stability. Allegri is giving us that. Kudos to Max for his heart. Sam Mikalev, ciao G, glad I could make it on time. Yeah, you are just in. Hanin, how much do we still need to pay Allegri if he leaves? Well, we don't know the exact numbers. Some people are saying 7.5. Some people are even exaggerating to 9. I believe it's somewhere 7.5, but that's net. So that means you have 15 to pay for the coach per year. If he has a contract of 4 years, that's 15, 15, 15, 15. That was a contract of 60 million euro. That's a lot, of course. 15, remaining 2 years, it's 30 million. I have always thought but guys, I am speaking without insight. It's just me, what I think. I have always thought that they would have found a mutual agreement if he left by himself. Like, okay, we give you 1 year, even if you're at home or even if you find another club, we give you 1 year, and the last one we don't pay you. That's what I always thought. At the end, we will see. But it's true that the last few days I was starting to change my mind on my own opinion that I'm repeating you since the beginning of the season. After seeing what happened last year, I started to change my mind. I will tell you why, and then we go to Tudor, why there is a possibility. I started to change my mind with small details. Alexandro will probably remain because we have put ourselves in a situation where he will reach the 40 appearances. He will reach them, the 40 appearances. 40 appearance, you have an automatic extension like you had with Cuadrado. We are not sure if it's 40. Could be 35, could be 32, could be 30, could be 30 in Serie A plus, I don't know. But according to all sources, we are there. How did that come? Out of necessity, because of a mercato that has not been done on the wings, because of injuries that made that we changed our formation towards a three-man defense, and discovering a new Alexandro. That is not a phenomenon. Let's not exaggerate. Alexandro is not a top 3 defender in the world, but he is born again, and is still relatively young for a defender in that three-man position. What Juventus want to do, because we know it, we have some financial problems, and we are doing much better because of that recovery plan. That is stopping with Ronaldo, anticipating 1 year, the tickets of the stadium that are again coming as an increase for Juventus, the tickets of the J Museum, the stores that are accessible also, because we have 11 points of sales around the stadium. You have a lot of things that are starting to come back, and then also lowering the salaries. A lot of people criticize the choice of extending again De Sciglio, but it's De Sciglio, but it's the same strategy as Perin, lowering the salaries of players that are bench players, okay? Dybala, letting him go for free because of lowering that salary. Dybala. Bernardeschi leaving. Chiellini leaving. So dropping down the age, the salary, and now you start seeing finally for the first time the first result. We are still negative. Minus 29 million. So it's not beautiful. It's not looking fresh. So we need to continue on that strategy. But Alexandro, instead of keeping him 1 year with his salary, and he had a really strange contract, every year was earning a bit more. It was one of the things that Paratici did. Paratici together with Marotta, if I'm not wrong, in the last contract of Alexandro. Well, avoiding that means having 2 years of Alexandro with a lower salary. Going into that strategy, 2 years of Alexandro, starting next year in that three-man defense, and then becoming a bench player for a beautiful name that we have, but that we don't want to rush too much. We are speaking about Dean Huijsen. Dean Huijsen that is already in the eye of Max Allegri, and he wants to push him. I take a pause because I really want to say thank you to a few people next to Sader that became a new member today on the channel, but I believe in the past he was already a member. But anyway, I want to say thank you to Mr. X, He's saying if we are going to pay Allegri going home, then no. Thank you for 17 months together with us, Mr. X. Really appreciate it, my buddy. Really appreciate it. So he's saying if we need to pay him to stay home, then no, it makes no sense. Also there financially, I want to come back on that because he's a really great one. If you leave him for free with €0, then it can make sense to go for another coach. If you pay him, no, then keep him. That's the reasoning of Mr. X. Rad, 17 months with us, GJust family, just with one message, a beautiful one that is going immediately to my heart. Ciao Beppe. Well, Rad, thank you. Really. I don't know what to say more about. I tell you, ciao Rad. Really appreciate it, my friend. 17 months as well. And then we have also GJ's family for Ron Rusitano, 17 months together with us. And he's saying, Beppe, the job that Allegri has done keeping the team together with injuries and management shenanigans is outstanding. He deserves at least another season. So, let me take immediately also Gazzo. Gazzo, 5 months together with us with 3 hearts, the black, the white, and the red. Bianconeri with a beautiful heart. Thank you, Gazzo. Thank you to all of you, my friends. But I agree. I kind of agree. Only if Allegri is convinced. Because now we are saying, and then I go back to why I think that he could potentially stay. Now we are saying he deserves, because after everything he has been through, and we see some coaches, the reactions of Antonio Conte, for example, at Tottenham, from the moment that he was not happy anymore, he was self-destructive, making sure that at the end he would have been dismissed, criticizing everything and everyone. Imagine in that situation. Imagine a young coach without the large shoulders of a Max Allegri, how difficult it could have been, because at the time we were not first in the ranking. Because when you are first, whatever happened outside, you are relatively not concerned about it. You take away 15 points, you are still fighting for the top of Serie A. It's one story. When you were already in a real difficult situation, because of the way of football that we are offering, on top, and yes, we had a few victories in a row before the international break, but on top of that, they take away 15 points. All your management is leaving. You are alone. You have no idea about the future. Players, you remember the first reactions of the paper? They have put all our players on the papers. Where can they possibly go? The YouTubers from Premier League, I'm watching them. They were already going with a lot of videos. Where can they fit the best? Chiesa in that team, Locatelli in that team, Dusan Vlahovic in that team. They were already taking them. The players, they see, they feel a lot of tumultus, a lot of players. I can tell you the truth. Even a McKennie, for example, the first thing they did was going to the agent asking, oh, what about the situation? Guys, try to listen. That doesn't mean find a contract or make sure that I'm out of the club. That's not what they said. But ears open, eyes open, and already find a possible exit. If here the things are going wrong, find me a solution. So imagine how hard it was, because these are things that we didn't discuss too much. We said it, that people were putting it on the media, but we didn't speak about what the players had in their mind at that time. So it depends also of what Max Allegri wants. Because now we want Allegri to stay, or some want Allegri to stay one more year. And I believe he deserves to stay one more year. But does he want to? Because, honestly, between you and me, if I am a coach and I came back, and I don't want to speak too much about that because we have to speak about Tudor, we have to speak about Rabiot, but if I come back to help Juventus in a difficult situation, putting myself in challenge again, because nobody is saying that. Nobody is saying that. Ciao, Alan. But he leaves as a winner. 5 Scudetti in a row, 11 titles in 5 years. He's leaving as a winner. The only cherry that he didn't reach was winning a Champions League, even if he reached 2 finals in 5 years. He's coming back in a difficult moment with a team that was not performing, that for the very first time lost the Scudetto with Pirlo. And he's putting again his face, his name, and his reputation in game, knowing that Cristiano Ronaldo is a problem, because you don't know if Cristiano Ronaldo will remain or if he will leave. And we saw he left the last day of the Mercato. You know already up front, because they know that Juventus couldn't go really strong on the Mercato, so that means that Cristiano or not Cristiano, you had only Locatelli as a player. And who else did we buy? Caio Jorge, 2 million. That was a young bet. And Moiskin after Ronaldo to close the gap. And he had a really disastrous season. I consider that the season in Serie A was better than one at Pirlo. Then, we didn't win a Supercoppa. We didn't win the Coppa Italia, which Pirlo did. And congratulations to him, it was not easy to do it. But in Serie A we did better, because at the end we already qualified with 4 days in advance. While Pirlo, we needed Napoli to give us that help, or Napoli, Faraoni, to give us that support. On the last day, you remember, everyone was watching the phone. And you are insulted from the morning to the evening. You are not loved at all. And the criticism is correct, but nobody is watching the reality that he's coming in a situation of a total disaster, putting his face on it, knowing how many problems there were, and probably that he needed to wait 1 or 2 years before starting to build again the team. Well, this year we start again with a Pogba, with a Di Maria, with a Paredes, with a Kostic, with a Bremer. So this year we did Mercato. Of course, you can't do the same Mercato of Chelsea. You can't do the same Mercato of the Premier League clubs or Real Madrid or Barcelona, because Barcelona is a total disaster. And they had to sell their soul to do the Mercato. They were even nearly not able to register them. But Juventus did, for me, convincing Mercato on the field. The problem is that these players were injured. These players were injured for the big part of the season. Federico Chiesa, Dusan Vlahovic, the growing pain, pubalgia. Pogba, we didn't see Pogba this year. Paredes, total flop, and this is a bet that Allegri lost. Bremer, that is not able to play in a 4-man defense, plays in a 3-man. We didn't see Bonucci. Ciao Juventini, grande. Good. So you see, there are a lot of things. At a certain moment, I would personally understand that he said, bah, I did my job, I did more than my job. Now stop, I leave. I would understand it. I believe it's not anymore that much, does he deserve it? Because I believe that the management they would want to continue with Max. The old management protected him. John Elkann, he protected him publicly in difficult times. The new management protected already Allegri. Everyone is speaking quite well about Max Allegri now. So if on top of that, like Mr. X was saying, if you have to pay him to stay home, I believe that nobody will do it. Nobody will put him in. So the chances for Max to leave, I believe, are coming only from his side. That he decide it's over. And now we can go, after 30 minutes finally, to Igor Tudor. I hope that we can do it now. Ciao Michael Razo, Sir Raz, speaking with Aldo. Alan Yeterian, thank you my buddy, really appreciate it. I would like to see one day Allegri to be our director management team. In our director management team, because the way that he defended the team. But as a coach, you already know my opinion. Okay, and now we go to the other part, the game, which is what we criticized a lot incorrectly about Max Allegri, about the offering of game. Then we can speak about injuries. Some people some people, they say, but you are Juventus, you can't complain, guys. Honestly, if you take 5 players of a team, you feel it. You can. Max is not speaking about it. Sometimes he's highlighting it, but he's not really speaking about it. But guys, when you are taking five big players, it's difficult to offer. Then we know it, and let's not lie about it. Max Allegri is not the new modern football coach. It's a balanced coach, not a defensive coach. And that's a big difference. He's not a defensive coach, but he's a balanced coach. In the game, he wants to find balance. He wants to manage parts of the game with some acceleration, some management to not go crazy. He prefers at a certain moment to secure that 1-0 in some moments than to go and risk it all. But in some moments, he also wants to go and win more than 1-0 where the team is not able to do it. He said it himself. I don't want to win only 1-0. I don't like to win only 1-0. But sometimes it's normal. The only thing that I don't agree with is that today we are thinking that there is only one way of winning football. This is something that I don't accept. Today, Tudor said something, and that's a beautiful assist to start finally speaking about Tudor. Today, Tudor said, in France, and I believe he exaggerated with the level of Liga, but it's normal. He's coaching in Liga. He's second in the league, so he wants to speak really well about the other ones, because how stronger the ones are that are behind him, or better he is, because he's second behind Paris Saint-Germain. That is unreachable. Well, he said one thing correctly, that in Liga there is a much higher intensity, and that intensity is something that you find extremely high in Premier League, that you find in a lot of teams in La Liga, that you find in Bundesliga, and you find also in Liga. Then that intensity is making sure that you lose sometimes focus on tactics, that you are not tactical, that you lose your men, that you leave some spaces open, and that you commit some mistakes. But these mistakes are sometimes compensated by the extra goal that you will look and that you will score. Now, I'm sorry to say, guys, but in Italy, you are in the country of tactics. When Premier League was really, really, really bad at the time, you know what they did? They started to ask to Italian players first, and then Italian coaches to come to England to export their knowledge. The best ever coaches were in Italy, and these coaches went in Premier League. We're speaking about Carlo Ancelotti, Antonio Conte, but even before that, they revolutionized the game of Premier League. The difference is they kept their intensity, because that intensity has always been a characteristic of Premier League and will never go away. So if you are able to pair intensity with, on top of that, more tactics, but not to the extreme, then you have a much better league. A much better league that in the past it was, and we called it like that, kick and rush. Kick and rush was the description of English football. What is kick and rush? You kick and you rush without thinking, without using the brain. You go physically fast and you go. In Italy, guys, it's a culture of 100 years of tactical expertise. You have schools in Italy, Viareggio, where the best coaches were coming from. So culture, it's difficult to cancel, and I believe that you don't need to cancel. There is not only one way to win. Last year, Milan won. Today, you will have a Napoli that wins. 2 years ago, you had an Inter, and 4 years ago, you had Juve. The Juve of Sarri. The year before, the Juve of Allegri. So you see that in all these teams you have different ways of winning. It's the same for Champions League. Sometimes it happens that a Chelsea of Di Matteo is winning. Sometimes you have a Chelsea from Tuchel. Sometimes you have an Inter that was parking the bus. In Europe, sometimes you have a Greece that is able to win. But sometimes you have also offensive teams. Guys, if it was so simple, I believe that Pep Guardiola would have had at the moment 10 Champions League, but that's not the reality. I will read the other comments in a second, but I believe that we have to also respect what we are doing and what we represent with Italian football. Adapting is important. An evolution is important. If you don't go with evolution, you die. And this is what happened to Italy about other topics, about stadium, about the language, about the broadcast, about so many things. And now you are paying the consequences of it because you were not able to adapt. So also the way of thinking football needs to adapt, but you have to keep your identity. Guys, here I always say that Juventini of the world. What does that mean, Juventini of the world? That we are Juventini, yes, but we all come from other parts of the world. Aldo Bonasso is coming from South Africa. You have people from Italy, like Marian Menegazzo. You have Ron, that is living in USA. You have Radovan from Serbia, if I'm not wrong. I try to go with my mind, out of mind. You have people from Belgium. You have like Sir Raz. You have people from all around the world. We have people from Australia, Malta. We all have one big passion in common. It's Juventus. But we all have different cultures, different religions. Some people believe, some people don't believe. We have women in the chat, we have kids, we have adults, we have different way of thinking. But we need to respect our origins for where we are coming from. I am Italian, I'm raised in Belgium. I am proud to live in Belgium, but I feel Italian and I respect my culture. And every time when I was at school, when I was younger, and people were speaking bad about Italy, I was defending Italy. Because I love my culture. Even if sometimes I knew that some things were wrong, I was defending because I was proud. And here on the channel as well, you have some people. I see now people from Mexico, from Croatia, from Atlanta, USA, Toronto, Michael Raso. Look. Ciao, Julian. Hey, it's important to go early to bed. What does that mean? That sometimes you have also an identity that you can't change from one day to the other. And you don't have to change. You have to be proud a bit of what you are, with always in mind that you have to adapt, that you have to go back. People from Algeria. By the way, to all the Muslims, keep strong, because I know it's not easy. Ramadan, it's not an easy task. It's a great task. I never did it, but I believe a great task spiritually. But not an easy one, Not an easy one, so keep strong. Berlin, Germany, from the moon helicopter. Of course, you have an helicopter, you go wherever you want. So that makes it a bit more easy for you, of course. Let me check the message of Mohammed Youssef. And if I'm not wrong, Mohammed Youssef is coming from Dubai, Mohammed. Can you confirm, Mohammed? Because now I have a small doubt, but I believe... from, confirm me, because otherwise I will go crazy. Allegri showed he could even be a club manager, not only a coach. He went through a lot. If we end up second this year, it's a huge success. Well, it's a bit the same comment as the one before of Allen, of going into management. According to me, sometimes management is a word that we are using too easily. What management? Because you can be the manager of finance. Allegri has no competencies to do that. You can be the sporting director, but is Allegri, I don't know, maybe yes, but is Allegri able today to have the experience enough to be to manage a team of scouts that is not a team of players, a team of scouts, able to go and to find the best players for a coach that is thinking totally different than him. Because don't forget, if he's sporting director, with his vision of playing, he will track and try to find players that he likes. What are the players that he likes, guys? Okay, he used a lot of young players. He's starting to invest in Italian players and so on and so on. Okay, great, fantastic. But if he has an ideal way of player, it's a mature player. Can be younger, can be older, but mature player. And most of the time, players arrive at maturity around 27, 28, 29. So forget about the young talent upcoming. If we are going towards a dying Serie A in terms of financial capacity, I'm not sure if he would be the best one. So what kind of role in management? The link between the team and the can be, I don't know. So that would be for me the first key. Which role in management would be important for Max Allegri? Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you, Alan. Premier League is dump and chase hockey. Let me check. Aldo. When Vialli, Di Matteo, and Zola went to Chelsea, the English players, they had no idea about diet and training. Slowly, the Italians set the example of how to eat healthy food and train hard. It's true. I cannot believe it has been 4 years already since we don't win the Scudetto. Well, not yet. But it will be 3 seasons this year. Three seasons, because we won, then Inter, Milan, Napoli. So we will go into the 4th year where hopefully we can go back to win. Azzurri Juve is playing well, even without Chiesa playing regularly. Di Maria has been out, Dusan not scoring, Milik out, and Keane not playing well. Must give credit to Allegri. Then we had all the cities from the people, India as well, Pittsburgh, USA, Germany for Hurnok, ciao bello, but also David from Berlin, Greece from Stavros. No matter how much Serie A went low, it will always be more competitive than Liga. Yes, Juve was above everyone for 9 years, but since the 90s, till now, Liga never went above Serie A. No, but I believe that there he exaggerated a bit, our friend. Sader, thank you for your donation, Sader. Hi, Beppe. I don't know why it is saying that I am a new member, but I have been member for the 14 past months. But that's why. You remember I said a bit earlier, I said like, probably it stopped somewhere, or I don't know, because it's absolutely not the first time that I see Sader being a member of the channel. That's what I was really confused when I saw a new member. I said, "Well, okay," and then I know Sader since really, really long. That was really strange. But sometimes it can happen, and then the week after you log in again, and it comes back to normal. I don't know. But it's true. Huh? I said it. I anticipate. I said, "Well, that's really strange." Really strange. Hey guys, the last time I had to do an appeal to YouTube. If I tell them, can you explain me a bit more about Sader? I believe they will not answer me. So hopefully it's addressed, Sader. If I can help you more, let me know. Send me a private message. But no, it's of course it's annoying. Yeah. So if we are speaking about Igor Tudor, what did he say today? Well, he said it's a stronger league here in France. I can understand also some of his words, because it's not that hypocrite from him to say that in Italy you have also a lot of weak teams, really weak teams. Then that doesn't mean because Monza wins versus Juve or Spezia wins over Milan that all these teams are suddenly really strong. Okay, that means nothing. A game is a game. A game is an isolated game. But then if you have a Cremonese that is fighting hard and so on, but is able to do only 1 win in Serie A, on 29 games we have a problem. Or 27 or 29, I don't remember. We have a problem. It's not enough. Let's be honest, it's not enough. But I believe it's more exaggerating, telling, look, I want to defend the league I'm in because I am second and I want to show how much I'm doing. But anyway, that's not really the point. The point here is he spoke about Juventus really well. He said, how to become a functioning club, so a club that is working and also bringing results. He said, I played in the strongest club in the world, Juventus. And some people, they will mock or they will not understand what he said. But guys, he played for a few seasons at Juventus, not one, a few seasons at Juventus, with Marcello Lippi, etc., with a fantastic team. I made a video about him. With my friend Rocco, and by the way, I still have one that I need to do, that I will show you when I work on it. But go and check. Of course, it's a bit outdated. It's like 2 years ago. But this one, Relive the Past, episode 2 with Igor Tudor, is something really great. If you have the opportunity to watch it, go and watch it after, because it explains a bit from where Igor Tudor is coming, how his journey was at Juventus, his fantastic goal, as you can see here, against Deportivo La Coruña. So if you're able to watch it, I don't know if someone watched it here on the channel. If there is someone, tell me if you already watched it or not. Relive the Past, Igor Tudor. But that's a really great one. Of course, today I would do it totally differently. It's like 2 years ago, so. But it's still, the information is fantastic about that video. Well, Igor Tudor says, I played in the strongest club in the world, Juventus. They win because they choose the right people in the right position who know what they are doing. The shopkeeper is the shopkeeper. The coach coaches. The coach trains. Well, I work for Juventus, guys. Eldar watched it, you see. I work for Juventus, and I can tell you more things here, not the secrets. You know it, I have always been, I'm working for Juve since 2 years. I have always been humble. I never used it as a tactic to win subscribers or to tell you, I will tell you this, I will tell you that. It would be easy. I never do, but I can speak you about an experience about Juventus. I can tell you that it's not easy to enter Juventus, one. Secondly, it's even more difficult to stay at Juventus. Sometimes you are lucky, of course, it happens always. But if you really want to stay, you need to work. You need to work hard. You have to do your best. You enter, they explain you once, they explain you twice, and then you do. And then you have to achieve. You have to perform. You can't fail. If, for example, I remember one time, guys, in the beginning of Twitch, I remember in the beginning I was not really used because I was investing more money to have a microphone, to have a new program that I was not using before, because in the past I was using something else that was much more easier. I remember that in the beginning the sound was not always perfect, or I forgot to put my microphone on. I remember the first time, guys, it happened that I started the live with 10 seconds without voice, and after the live, yeah, well done, good live, but it happened once, It happened once. And then they tell you, we are not Inter, we don't care what happens there, we have to excel. Try to excel. Mistakes can happen, everyone can do mistakes, but guys, once, the second time you don't forget. The second time, you have you can't use the same excuse anymore. It's over. And I'm not a player. I'm not a player. So it's once, the mistake. Friendly, great, whatever. When I prepare a live, and I saw also the message of David Marazzo. I will come back on David in a second. Give me a second, David, and I will come back on you. But I can tell you, ciao, buonanotte, Steve. I can tell you that it's not easy. So the words of Igor, and then maybe now, the last few seasons, a lot of choices has been made because of a difficult situation. And we know it. We saw now the consequences. Snowball effect. and you try to recuperate and you are doing a mistake over a mistake over a mistake over a mistake over a mistake. Ciao Colin, buonasera, buonanotte Colin. No, don't say sorry for being late. And we saw that we made some mistakes, and I agree with that. But I can tell you, and that's the truth, in a normal time and also in other departments, the level of is high. Is high. Pay attention. Don't do this. Do this. Become better. Find a solution for that. When you have people in the chat insulting, attenzione, do this, okay? You can answer them, you have to answer them, but pay attention how you're reacting. Hey, it's preparing, when you go with Locatelli, with Chiesa, you need to prepare, or I need to prepare, because I'm the host, and you win, then trust, because of years, and they extend you, but 1 year at a time. It's not like 10 years, like, okay, we do it step by step. But I need to show, still now, after 2 years, I show what I do, what direction I want to go. It's not set, it's not acted, but you have a direction where you want to go. And that's important. So, I can understand totally what he says. You have at Juventus the right people that are doing the right things. And that's beautiful. Look now. I will just give you an example, and then I read finally the message of David. I will already pin it, so at least it's there and people can already read it. But I will give you one example. Did you see recently, the last months, the work on TikTok? Totally different. Did you see the work on YouTube? Did you see the communication on Twitter? It's 3, and I'm not even speaking about Twitch, because I'm there, so it would be too easy. But even let's take Twitch. Let's take Twitch also. TikTok, they are targeting some people. They go with a funny thing. They are going with the fast, great idea, but always with quality. Trend, quality. Look at the new documentaries on TikTok from the Juve Next Gen. Not from the first team, Juve Next Gen. Dean Huijsen and this. Bringing you in the backstage. It's really cool. But you don't see me speaking with Locatelli. No, this is not TikTok. TikTok is TikTok. Up to Twitter, you don't have the same, because everyone is taking care of their way of communication. Twitter is Twitter, reporting things, then you have more serious talk, me with Locatelli, 15 seconds. It's on Twitter. Twitch, why do we have the players that are speaking to the fans, not on TikTok, on Instagram, or no? It's Twitch. Why? Because we want that interaction with the fans. YouTube, documentaries, a bit more longer, like against, the racial things and so on from Danilo. Fantastic interview back behind the stage. The longer one, the highlights, all YouTube, because it's longer, you can sit. So maybe we don't pay attention, but if you are looking at what Igor Tudor said today, people are in the right position, they know what they are doing, shopkeeper is shopkeeper, the coach is the coach, he's training. Look, guys. So now David Marazzo, and then I want to say hello to my great friend, my Freddy, mon amour Paolo. They're saying, Beppe, pick one. And let me come back on that one, my Freddy. Wait, because David is waiting already since 10 minutes, mamma mia. And also Stavros, 14 months. I love the work you do, Beppe. Thank you, Stavros. Thank you. I start speaking German to a Greek. Thank you, Stavros. David Marazzo, Allegri, not afraid to play the best system possible to attract the most points. Beppe, you have improved my fan experience exponentially. Grazie. First of all, thank you to you for the donation. Secondly, for the time that you're spending here on the channel, because that's really, really appreciated, but sincerely appreciated, because you don't have to. Look, on the channel, you know it. The only thing I don't want are insults and bot messages where you can't have a dialogue. Then people, if they are anti the way of playing of Allegri, like Alan Yeterian, welcome. Guys, it's boring if you have only one opinion. It's boring. I love people are saying, no, Beppe, because we change the way of football, because the possession is important, because of that. And then I try to argument my opinion, my way. It's nice, but what is important is having a balance of we check the positives, we check the negatives, because I don't believe in everything is negative or everything is positive. It doesn't exist in the world. Everyone has good things in him. Everyone has weaknesses or bad thing in him. So, and it's never, I believe, it's never the fault of one person. It's always everyone wins, everyone loses. And I believe it's the same thing. So did I improve your fan experience? Well, probably because of the fact that I was the first one that really wanted to do YouTube in English for Juventini. Could have chosen to do Serie A, could have chosen to do it in French or in Italian. I decided to do it in English because there was a lack of it. And now I'm happy. You have a lot of other channels, my friends of Turin Giants, you have other people that are doing that. Some are more friends, some are less friends, whatever. But it gives you also the possibility to see and to hear other opinions. I'm proud that they are watching, that they are copying the concept. You know, they are watching, this is working by Beppe, let's do the same. You know, they are trying to improve, and that also gives me the opportunity to challenge to do better every day. So thank you, David, because it's really, really kind from you. Thank you. Grazie. We continue with Paolo, my Freddy Mon Amour. But let me first say hello to Kamaboko. Can you deduct Juve shirts and tickets as a business expense since you work for Juve? No. No, I don't do that. Then of course, look, if you are looking at the shirts I have, you know it. I have nearly all of them in double. I have for my son. I buy all of them myself. Then of course, sometimes if I do a live, if I present a shirt, I receive them in advance. Not all of them, but for example, we are launching a new shirt, I receive it and then I show it. Then it's a normal shirt, but I am one that loves the authentic shirt. So what I'm doing most of the time when I receive a shirt from Juve in advance to then having on live, what I'm doing, for example, is, okay, this one is the fan version, and then when I go to the store, I buy the authentic one, because I know I'm a collector, so... Beppe, you missed my member for 4 months message. Attenzione, Autolectuals! Luckily, I saw that one. Autolectuals, 4 months. Unpopular opinion. I take Arthur over Paredes. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, if you're speaking about player, yes. It's not even unpopular. It's not even unpopular. It's not even unpopular. Arthur is, according to me, a better player than Paredes. According to me, the problem is that Arthur arrived already at Juve with back problems. You remember? From Barcelona. Then he didn't fit the idea of football of Pirlo. From the moment that he was adapting to the football of Pirlo and he played like 5 good games, well, he had another injury because of Atalanta and we didn't see him anymore. And then from that moment on, totally not working with Max Allegri, absolutely not. They hate each other because he's really bad. For Allegri, it's absolutely not the player. It's a player that is risking too much. In terms of keeping the ball, and I know that it's absolutely not the player that Allegri loves. While Pirlo tried, Allegri doesn't want to try with Arthur, but on top of that, expensive. And then he went to Liverpool, big injury. I believe it's totally over. But Paredes, I believe it's over as well. And we saw it when he chose Barrenechea over him. Yeah, guys.
Do you remember?
Where is my friend Paolo? Here. My Freddy Mon Amour. Beppe, pick one. Miretti or my Freddy Mon Amour? Thank you for your donation, my Freddy. Well, Beppe, pick one, Miretti or my Freddy Mon Amour. If I'm really honest, I would choose all my life for my Freddy Mon Amour. Miretti is a player that I love. By the way, I hope that he can really finish the season really great because I believe that for a young guy, he received a bit too much criticism because the expectations were high. So I really hope that he can finish the season really well. Starting already on Saturday because we can potentially have the three Italian midfielders, Locatelli, Fagioli, and Miretti, but we will come back on that not in too long. But if I have to choose, I choose 100% for my Freddy Mon Amour. But this is a fact. My Freddy Mon Amour, for the people that do not know, has been my big partner on Juventus. The first one that I contacted, if I'm not wrong, if my memory is working well, but normally yes, is the first one that I contacted after Luca Monblano told me, Beppe, we want you to do it. Juventus was an English-speaking show on, it was JB World on Juventus, and my Freddy was the first one I contacted because it's someone that I already saw in some chats and I knew about his way of speaking, about his way of having an idea, sometimes agreeing, sometimes not agreeing. And it was someone that I had a feeling that, okay, it's someone that I can trust. Then we became friends, I believe, because when you see someone every week, you become friend. Or sometimes not, or sometimes you don't become friend. But with Paolo, yes. With Paolo, I became a real friend. I'm missing Paolo a lot, but you know, we have lives like Mo El Shahali. Every day I have contact with Mo, but he told me, Beppe, at the moment I can't come on the channel. For me, loyalty is important. I didn't find another tactical guy. There are millions of tactical guys on YouTube. I didn't want to because it's Mo. Mo is Mo. And maybe in 1 month I will have a tactical guy. But guys, it's 2 years that the spot is there for Mo. Because that's my friend. He started with me to be there. And that's the same thing with my Freddy. So I'm quite loyal in the people. It's mutual respect. If you have mutual respect. So 100% my Freddy Mon Amour over Miretti that I don't know. Then, if tomorrow I start meeting Miretti and he become my friend, probably Paolo will put a bit aside. Probably. But at the moment, that's not the case. I would love to do a live with Mo, my Freddy Mon Amour. But we need Mo. But Mo, look, I don't even know if it's too private or not, but he changed job. In a certain moment, he changed job because he's a really great person. And he had a promotion and he changed job where he's traveling a lot. From Canada to USA, then he go to some cities I never heard about, Baltimore, and then he tells me, yeah, Beppe, I'm going to, what was it the last time? He said me, I don't know, a city there, it was quite strange. So he's traveling a lot. I'm the plane here, in the plane there, in the plane here. So it's difficult also with the internet connection to study because he's also really someone that is really precise and he really want to do the things. He's a perfectionist. He want to do the things really great and perfect. And sometimes I tell him, but who cares? Just jump on the channel and tell me what you think. You don't need to prepare. And so one day he will come back. Let's see. Ciao Ali Fahad. Ciao Beppe. We should sign Scalvini from Atalanta and bring back Cancelo, Cambiaso and Rovella. If you want to, we can try. Huh? I'm in love with the behind-the-scenes video where the recap the games just with the stadium sound. Wait, I'm in love with the behind-the-scenes. The one of Juve. Yeah, they are really nice. Beppe, remember that Tudor said that the sub game is not good for champions because they don't want to follow the tactics. So at Juve there must be champions. Tudor is not good. Look, Gaetano. If we are speaking about Igor Tudor, there is one thing that is really important, and I will come back on that. I will come back on that now. No, I will not come back on that. I will speak about it now, immediately, not come back. And by the way, thank you, Stavros, again. 14 months. I love the work you do, Beppe. Thank you. Thank you to you. Thank you to you, Stavros. Long time friend. But well, speaking about Igor Tudor is fantastic, guys. He's a real Juventino, and he has a lot of human values. I know really well because I studied Igor Tudor as a player. I saw him. Some people like my Freddy Mon Amour, they know who he is. Um, he had some first team coach experiences in Italy, but also in Croatia, and so on and so on. When Juventus appointed Andrea Pirlo, Andrea Pirlo asked him to come, but he was first team coach somewhere else. Well, he paid from his own pocket, from his own money, to the club he was training to pay the clothes to free himself to become second coach, assistant coach at Juventus. Okay, and that's really important to understand how committed he is, how much love he has for Juventus. Things went wrong at Juve. What went wrong? The fact that Pirlo did a mistake. He had a technical staff where Tudor should have been his assistant coach number one, like Allegri with Landucci, like Conte had now the one that is there, Stellini. Before that, it was someone else that was our coach. You remember when he was in the box? So you have coaches with their assistant, and that needs to work like this. Okay, you can have different personalities. Most of the time, it's even different personalities. The most extrovert with the introvert. You have the more tactician with the more emotion-wise, the more intuitive one, But two that are working like that. And what did Pirlo do as a mistake? He asked him to come as a coach, and then he said, after the first week, everyone is at the same level. And what he did was a mistake because he pushed up his buddy Baronio. Baronio. Wait, let me check to be correct. Baronio. Indeed, Baronio. Roberto Baronio. Good friend. They know each other since kids at Brescia and so on and so on. And this is, according to me, a mistake that he did, because if you're pushing and you're creating already competition and dualism inside your team, I believe this has been the biggest mistake of Pirlo, to not be clear in the beginning. Because if you ask to a Tudor to come in your technical staff to be an assistant, he's first coach, he's paying with his money to free himself to come to Juve, and then you're putting him down as a part of the team, you're doing a big mistake. And this is because of experience, okay? You saw it, in the beginning of the season, you saw a lot of time Igor Tudor standing up, going, speaking, because he's one with grinta. He's a Conte-esque way of expressing himself. He's the grinta. Pirlo, absolutely not. And especially at the time, in COVID time, you heard the voice of the Hajduk player so hard in the stadium. More, and then they had a discussion, and it was over with Tudor. Even in All or Nothing, you don't see him anymore. You see a dinner with Baronio and Pirlo. You don't see Tudor. You see one time Tudor, I believe he's doing the massage to, or he's joking with someone that is doing massage. I believe it's McKennie. Big mistake. And when he leaves Juve, he says one thing. And probably people, they forgot about that. Tovar is giving us the CV of Tudor. Tudor coach Hajduk Split, Galatasaray, Hellas Verona, Udinese, Juve, and Olympique Marseille. Well, Juve was the technical staff of Juve, didn't coach Juve, but yes. Thank you, Tovar, for the information. But one thing that he said, and it's super important, he said, I'm probably not... Oh no, he said a few things. The first thing he said, never again I will be assistant coach. I am a coach. Stop. Basta. Super important Super important. Why? Because he's a natural born leader. He's a number one. Thank you for your donation, David. I will continue on Tudor. Ariston has always been my favorite one. Now, this one is Danone that I have here because I had it this morning, I believe. Here is the Ariston behind. It's a beautiful one. Thank you, David. Indeed, one of my favorite ones as well. Nirai, Verona, Splinter, and Lazio tears all in 1 week. Would be nice. Would be really nice. Nirai. Fantastic. Thank you for the donation, Nirai. Daniel Perone, 8 months with us. Ciao, Beppe. Ciao, tutti. Is it Saturday yet? You have to wait a bit, Daniel. Daniel, if I'm not wrong, he was the one that won. Yeah, of course. Daniel Perone won the Juve shirt with a Fagioli. Are you regretting that you put Fagioli on it? Tell us, Daniele. Are you sad? Are you happy? Because you were hesitant between Chiesa and Fagioli on your home shirt. And he received it as a gift from the channel, I remember. And we decided to go for Fagioli. So Tudor said, I don't want, because he's a natural leader. He's a born leader. But then he said also something else. Probably, I am not the coach to coach in these big clubs. Big clubs. Marseille is a big club. Historically a big club. What does he mean with big clubs? In clubs where you have to sometimes respect other things and not being free 100% to do whatever you want. At Juventus, you have really big egos. I'm speaking about the time of Tudor, Cristiano Ronaldo. Sarri suffered from Cristiano Ronaldo. Pirlo suffered from Cristiano Ronaldo because when you have a Cristiano Ronaldo, you do. Cristiano Ronaldo, you want to play today? Yes, okay. Then he plays. You want to go to Benevento? No, I don't want to go to Benevento. And then Cristiano Ronaldo is not there. And then you do the rest of the formation. Where do you want to? Do you want to play as a 9? No, I don't want. I want to play on the left. Cristiano Ronaldo. Stop. It is what it is. Look what happened at Manchester United. Ten Hag said, no. For the first time, the management there, I don't know the insides of Manchester United, but they backed up their coach. Look at the situation. What happened? It was a drama. Cristiano Ronaldo in front of the microphones and so on, speaking about how bad the infrastructures of Manchester United were because they didn't adapt in 20 years. It's the same thing that he found when he left Manchester United when he was a kid. Do you remember all these kind of things? Well, and it's not only Cristiano Ronaldo, It's not. But it's just an example. But he's a coach that needs to be free to take a player that is not listening, that is thinking that is bigger than the team, take him here and put him against the wall. Yes, I heard stories from the locker rooms of Marseille in the beginning of the season. It was hard, It was shocking. But he had.
Do you remember?
But he had a total freedom to do it, to manage it. Guys, this kind of thing, you can't do that at Juventus. You can't just take a player and put him against the wall. There are limits. Well, he's a coach that needs a total freedom to put the rules, to let the rules be respected. And that's also how we learned it at Juve. That's how we learned it at Juve also. That the rules are respected. The difference, of course, is at the Juve at the time with Lippi, with all the big leaders, you didn't even need to raise your voice because you arrived. Del Piero was bringing the bag from some players. When Del Piero came in the team, but not only Del Piero, but that was one of the rules. The players, the young players, they were bringing the bags. They were bringing the balls. It was different, guys. You sometimes you for young people you don't know what I'm talking about, but the big players, a Fagioli, a Miretti, a Soulé, 20 years ago, these kids they were going to the small room with the key to open the door, to take the balls, to take the lecon, I don't know how you call it, these kind of things, to prepare the training session, probably take the thing to do the wall. They were putting it, They were taking the bags from some players and so on, from the big players of the team. This is true, huh? I'm not joking, guys, huh? The Pillons. This is true, guys, huh? This is the reality, huh? Can you imagine today, Miretti? You go and you take the balls and you bring them to the field. No, I'm Miretti. I am Kenan Yildiz. I have a sponsorship with Adidas since I'm 10 years old. When I arrived, they are making a big clip like I'm the best, biggest star of the world. Today, it's a new world. I'm not saying it's better, it's worse. It's different values. It's totally different values. Today, the players are used to that. Everything is done for them until the last. Everything is perfect done. Today, it's different. Huh? So, when a Tudor arrives in Marseille and the players are like this, with the phone in the locker room, they don't care, they come with the music, they don't listen, it goes crazy, eh? Rules. He was the teammate of Antonio Conte. There were some big players, eh? Davids, Trezeguet, Del Pie, he knew all of them, guys. Montero, Ferrara, guys, you're going crazy. So it's one with big ego, and he says probably I'm not the coach if I don't receive 100% of freedom. So I told you, the only thing is if Allegri leaves, there is a possibility. But attenzione, it's not that he becomes the number one, because he's just there since 1 year at Marseille. Who said that he will be able to free up himself? Nobody knows, huh? Ciao Aldo, buonanotte. Who knows? We don't know, huh? Piero Álvarez, eres un crack. Saludos desde Perú. ¿Cuándo te vemos en Pueblo Juve? Vamos a intentar pronto, pero necesitamos ponerlo en la agenda. ¿Por qué? Porque ahora con abril tenemos 9 partidos y vamos a estar siempre live. Preparar la partida antes, después, con un watch along también mucho aquí en el canal. Pero vamos a ver el calendario y vamos a ponerlo, la fecha. Y después vamos a hacerlo en Pueblo Juve. Que me gustaría mucho, Piero. Verdad. Última vez lo dice, pero después me faltó mucho tiempo. Y también por mí, porque me gusta mucho hablar español. Y cuando es ya mucho tiempo que no lo hablo, después me olvido. Palabras, olvidar y esas palabras que lo entiendo siempre, pero después lo olvido. Mucho gran honor. Pero pregúntalo, que me escriben otra vez y vamos a hacer una cosita. Que voy a pasar mi nombre de WhatsApp, que es mucho más fácil por mí. Néstor, Beppe, hablando español es el mejor. Se necesita una live en español. Ya fue en el pasado, pero vamos a intentar hacerlo otra vez. Guys, this was my 3 minutes of Spanish language. I don't use Spanish enough. I should, because it's one of the language I'm super happy to. I don't know how I learned it. I went to Spain and I said, let's go, let's try to speak Spanish. I promise you, it's true. You are laughing now. You're thinking that I'm exaggerating. I bought a book, learn Spanish in 10 days. I never opened it. I put it, in my luggage because I took the plane. I took so much time to plane from here to there to Europe working. And I always said, you know what? I have that book so that on the plane I will try to understand and to learn a bit. I forget about it. When I was on the plane, I was first playing Candy Crush and then I was sleeping. So, hey guys. David Marazzo, Spanish is one of the most romantic. No, Italian is the one. Spanish is not really for me it's not romantic, but it's I'm proud. I like it. I really like it. At Juve in America we call it rookie hazing, and it doesn't matter if you are already have 100 million Nike contract. You carry the bag for the veteran. That's the way to do it. Kamaboke. Hey, Kamaboko, you sent me a video today. Huh? You sent me the video. Huh? I really like it. I will try to cut apart because 2 minutes is long because you're saying a lot. As I did for Aldo, I cut a bit, but there was something I really liked. That Kamaboke, you said about Mandzukic, right? Because that was a part that I really liked. I really like that. Jesús, español es el idioma más Roma tipo. New PR of Juve speaks a lot of languages and can teach Croatian to you, so you can speak to Tudor. Borna, we will try. I downloaded it a bit earlier. I watched it. I was super happy, and I liked the Mandzukic part. It was but of course I had my own thought. But I will not spoil it now. I will not spoil it. I will. I don't promise because tomorrow I need to do a lot of things. But if maybe tomorrow I will do. Maybe tomorrow. Now Aldo is going. Guys, okay, Tudor. Not sure if he can leave. Not sure if Allegri will leave. But it's a man that, in terms of values, could be a good one. So 1 hour 22 to just say that. Can we have a few words about Rabiot, guys? A few words about Rabiot. Adios, Piero. Look, I told you. At a certain moment, I told you, Adrien Rabiot is someone that I don't believe in the money as the key factor, the key deciding factor. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in it. I said it, huh? I anticipate. Don't tell me now, no, Beppe, it's not true. I said it on the channel and you know it. I said I don't believe. Of course it's important. Eldar, what's my IQ level? I have a big IQ. No, it's a long story. Let's speak about Rabiot. Let's speak about Rabiot. If I start speaking about my IQ, then people will be pissed. No, not because I'm a genius, but I don't like to say it. I don't like to say it. Because then I don't. Because then I'm shy. Then I'm shy, guys. I'm shy. Okay, let's speak about Rabiot. It's better to speak about Rabiot. Adrien Rabiot. I always told you that Adrien, money is important, of course, but it's not the biggest factor. We went last time to the youth of Adrien Rabiot, the difficulties in the life of Adrien Rabiot. Hey, Jesus, thank you for the nation, Jesus. You teach me Italiano and I will teach you Spanish. But no, because I already speak Spanish. I make mistakes like I do in English, like I do in Italian, like I do in French, in Dutch, whatever you want to. But that's easy like that. What will you teach me? No, I can. For me, my German teacher, one time he said, we don't care that you speak perfect. Of course, if you want to be a lawyer, a doctor, a translator, then you need a perfection. But other than that, it's not important. Who cares? As long as you can communicate with people. And if you don't know a word, you show with your hands. Communicate, understanding each other is important. But thank you, Jesus Messias. Let me come back on Rabiot. We went to the youth of Adrien Rabiot. We went to the youth. the difficult youth with, unfortunately, the father that passed away, the strong relationship with his mother that helped him through thick and thin, the miss since a young kid of a father, difficulties at Paris Saint-Germain, difficulties in l'équipe de France at a certain moment. It's not a saint, he's not perfect, but Adrien Rabiot needs to be loved, needs to be appreciated, needs to be surrounded by people who believes in him and support him. Not only to put him on the field, but also to show on the field that he's doing great things and feeling the love from everyone. And these people, most of the time, they don't care anymore about all the other aspects. They are happy where they are, they feel the love, and they don't want to risk to lose it. How many times did we say the grass is not always greener in the neighbors? How many times did we say that? It's not always better there. Then, of course, Rabiot, he can leave. He always was transparent. But people, they love transparency. I don't know. We will see. European competition, Champions League is important for me. My contract is important for me. We will see, but I don't want to close the door. I'm available, I'm flexible. Today, Di Marzio, he spoke about the fact that it has always been reported that the mother was looking for money. How many times did I explain you the story about the mother? Tell me if I'm lying or not. When people, because I hear the people, the mother of Rabiot, she's looking for money, the mother of Rabiot, la maman de Rabiot, and this and this and that. I say, okay, give me the example. What did she do bad? What was bad for the mother? What did the mother of Rabiot do bad in her time at Juve? Tell me. Zero. She never did something wrong. Okay, they saw a picture on internet where she's with a serious look. She's a bad person. She said no to 10 million to Manchester United. The rumors, It's a bad person. Without knowing that the week after Real Madrid, Manchester United, they went for Casemiro. Who said that it was a no from the mother of Rabiot to Manchester United? Maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe it was Manchester United that was playing on two different boards, on Rabiot as a B plan with secretly working for the A plan that was Casemiro. And when they saw that Casemiro was there, they give up on Rabiot. Could be. We criticized. We wanted to put the player in the stands. And then even if he said no, maybe that the negotiation didn't go as he wanted. Why should he say yes to 10 million? Maybe he wanted 12, maybe he wanted 15 to Manchester United. He knows what he's worth. The coaches, they know what he's worth. If you can't ask money in Premier League, guys, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, I said, and go back to the videos, I said immediately, are you crazy? Why are you wanting to put Adrien Rabiot in the stands? Are you totally out of control? Are you crazy? And that was before the consistent performance of Rabiot. I said, no, we didn't know about Pogba, the injury. I said I would keep him as a rotational player, but I would keep him in the team. I would invest in Miretti, in Fagioli, in Locatelli, in Pogba, but I keep Rabiot. Of course, I pay him. he didn't do anything wrong with Juventus, so I use him. And at the end, with the injuries and so on, he became the most important player. Imagine if we were reactionary. Even if we were complaining. Guys, it's the same if today I tell you, hey, we will play 9 games. You will see, with Allegri, we will lose. We will lose. I tell you, we will lose. We are obliged to win versus Sporting because we were out of Champions League. We are obliged to win versus Inter because we were out of the Serie A. We can't win, so we have to win the Coppa Italia. We will lose. We win versus. I'm just hypothetical. I win. We win versus Verona. We lose. We win versus Inter. We lose. Yeah, but the game was not good. Playing like this, we will. Of course, it will happen. Of course, it will happen. It will always happen at a certain moment that you will lose. Sometimes it will be the first one versus Verona, maybe. Maybe it will be the last one. Maybe it will be the middle one. Maybe it will be all of them. Maybe none of them. But guys, like this is easy. That's why I don't like, I prefer to see the positives, being realistic, and leaving a door open. When I said Rabiot, it's not my favorite player. I would not extend him. It's his last year. We pay him. He plays. And you never know. You leave a door open. Well, with me as a president back then, he would have become that player. With a lot of people, probably Rabiot, he would have been in the stands, reactionary in the stands. And then when all of them were injured, you would have called him back and say, hey, play now. And he would not have given his best. Leave a door open, always. You never know. You never know. Let me check because it's not over. David Marazzo, Italian, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Romanian, the romantic language. Like this, the Roman languages, you mean. Or the romantic, because there is a difference. You have the Roman languages that are French, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, Roman languages, and then you have, the Germanic languages that are Dutch, German, English. That's the Germanic language, and then you have the Roman. But romantic is l'amour. That's different. La langue de l'amour, the language of the love, is French. Tovar, what are you speaking? What is the problem? Rabiot is good enough for Serie A, but not good enough for Bayern Real. But that's an opinion, Tovar. That's an opinion. Guys, respect the opinion of Tovar. If he thinks that it's like that, that's his opinion. Modric, Kevin De Bruyne are world class. Rabiot is average. Maybe Tovar is using, the big words, like it's average, and that's the problem. Tovar, Rabiot is not average. If you speak about Modric and you speak about De Bruyne, it's a big step. Modric, the career of Modric has been exceptional, one of the best of the world. Kevin De Bruyne, I don't like the person, but the player. What can you say about De Bruyne? Fantastic person. First of all, you are speaking about 3 total different roles. Modric is playing in one role, De Bruyne another, and then you have Rabiot that is playing in a total different role as the other ones. But the thing is, if you are using Rabiot is average in one of the best moments of his career, then the people will not respect. Then people will not open the dialogue with you. Tovar. That's the thing. If you're using average, comparing with Modric and Rabiot and De Bruyne, then if you're saying not for Bayern, Real, Barça, or English top clubs, I don't agree. For me, I don't agree. I think personally that he could fit perfectly at Bayern Munich, could fit perfectly at Real Madrid, not that much at Barcelona. He could play for Liverpool. He could play for Manchester United. Man, then if you compare with Kevin De Bruyne, and if you compare with Modric, if you compare with Zinedine Zidane or Pirlo, then, guys, yes, then it's not one midfielder, right? You have a 6-7 midfielders in a team. I believe, guys, if we are saying that it's not good enough, I don't agree. Then, again, everyone his own opinion, as long as we don't fight in the chat and we accept each other's opinion. Rabiot bigger than Pogba, changed my mind, at least for the future. But today it's a fact. Today you can't even discuss about it. Pogba, the one we had at Juventus before him leaving, was incredible, guys. Was incredible. But again, also here, a different player than Rabiot. But Pogba was, according to me, one of the most complete players. Was able defensively to be strong. Offensively, he had everything. Technique in short spaces, even if he was super tall. Guys, Pogba was Pogba. He lost himself mentally at Manchester United. Physically at Manchester United. He came back to find that back. And unfortunately, he had the injury. That, guys, injury is bad luck, eh? But the way he treated that injury is own responsibility. His own responsibility. So, at the moment, yeah. And also because Rabiot is younger, at the moment, you have more, how can I say, you have more productivity, you have more confidence in a Rabiot that you can have in a Pogba. Then, if you are telling me, for you, Beppe, for me, you put a perfectly healthy Pogba and a perfectly healthy Rabiot, Pogba is Pogba. Pogba is Pogba. But I would try everything I can to make them coexist. That would be ideal because they are different. Well, opinion, huh? But I can understand, huh? Rabiot started the World Cup final and France has a lot of talent. Word considered, well, of course. That's why I don't agree with the statement a bit earlier. Tovar, I don't know you that much on the channel, so I will say it last time, huh? Tovar, I agree, I respect other opinion, I try to explain. If you don't like what I'm saying, if you don't agree with me, tell me first time. If you really don't like, just stop watching. But there are some rules on the channel, and that made the channel big, at least for a Serie A channel speaking about Juve in another language than Italian. On this channel, we don't use emoticons of clowns. We don't use insults. We don't fight with other ones in the channel. First of all, because it distracted me. Because you're disrespecting other people. So it's the last time. So I give you 2 minutes, or you ask sorry to the people that you are to Ferras, or I will kick you out. I will kick you out because that's annoying. Yeah, French and Italian. I like Italian. Karim, but both of them together would give. But that's what I was saying. A huge physical presence in the midfield would be great to see. That would have been fantastic. Imagine Rabiot. I believe that you can even have 4 midfielders in that 3-4-2-1 with a Pogba a bit more high on the field. If you play with 3, Locatelli, Rabiot, and Pogba, Fagioli, there switch you can do so many things, but yeah, I agree 100%. Okay, I try to dribble, and guys, please stop, stop, because I will close anyway. But next time, if it's the same, then we block immediately. Um, Let me check, because Azzurri Juve 16 months together with us on the channel, almost 2 hours into the live, and nothing about that. Okay, I will finish with that one for Sasha. It worries me. Thank you, Azzurri Juve. 16 months with us. Family, GJustjuve family, Azzurri Juve. It worries me when players have one amazing year in contract. Rabiot has been excellent, not questioning his talent, but some players just work harder in contract years and World Cup years, and then they disappear. I said it last time, Azzurri Juve. I really don't believe that a player works that a player would have throw away his first 3 years to only work harder in his last year. This is for me out of question. Sometimes it can happen that for 3 years you have a really bad relationship with a coach, you have another coach, you change totally your mentality, and you want to give everything for that coach. Yeah, but Rabiot had different coaches and all of them were playing him. Because from Rabiot you can say whatever you want, maybe you don't know, but Rabiot has always shown in training things that were incredible, but he was not always able consistently to show them on the field. So I would totally cancel the work harder, because Rabiot, and I can tell you seriously, believe me, Rabiot has always worked hard. The difference was that Rabiot couldn't show it on the field. He couldn't. And sometimes he did, like that goal. You remember that goal versus Milan? Fantastic. So the quality is there. Flash here, flash there. After COVID here, a bit there. Absolutely not enough. Absolutely not. Nobody was happy. Nobody could be happy. It was absolutely far from standard. But he was working hard. Sarri was playing him. Deschamps was playing him. Everyone. Pirlo, Allegri. He needed to be unlocked. And when it started to work, so I don't believe that. Then, guys, next year he can sign a contract. He can have an injury. Et c'est fini, Rabiot. You never know. You never know. We can be happy today, like I was happy for Pogba. He comes, he doesn't even play a game. Boom, big injury. You can be, look, if you are looking at Federico Chiesa, fantastic season with Pirlo. He starts with Allegri. January, it was quite early in the season, the 9th of January, boom. And until today, we are the 30th of March now. We have still not 100% Chiesa. You are not doubting Chiesa about his integrity, his love, his work ethic. But the result is that he's not there at 100%. No, but contract year, guys, of course, you are doing a bit better. But most of the time, it's for players that they will have no teams. Guys, Rabiot, he has a lot of offers. And Rabiot can go in whatever he wants. he can go wherever he wants. Of course, then he needs to negotiate the salary and needs to see if there is a disponibility and availability in that team, of course, because if you have like already 50 midfielders, Chelsea would make no sense. But if you want to, he can go to Chelsea. And even if you're correct, Khalid, even if you say yes, it's his contract year and he's giving that little extra, why not? Psychologically, yeah, I agree. You believe really that after everything he showed this year, in terms of growth, in terms of his own satisfaction of being loved by people around, seriously, yeah, I'm really asking, yeah, which normal person on earth being insulted for 3 years, being hated, being insulted when the Manchester United deal on the media collapsed because we wanted him out of the club. Which normal person, if he decides to stay at Juve without even asking for a pay rise, maybe 1 million, maybe not even, which sane person on earth would say, okay, now I have again a 3-year contract and I stop playing. I like to be insulted. I want again that people hate me. I want them that they are right, that I was only playing 1 year. So in 7 years at Juve, I played only 1 year. Dai, ragazzi, dai, ragazzi. Come on, seriously. I don't believe that. Then he can play really bad next year. It can happen. Look at De Sciglio. De Sciglio last season, he had these injuries. But when he was playing, he was doing that. This, we extend him for half of the price. He should have been the 5th. Disappeared totally this season. Injury, mistake. If he was not injured, well, probably this season he would have played a bit more. Anyway, let's go. Let's try to do fast, because seriously, guys, it's longer. It's really longer. Tomorrow I have to do something, guys. Wait. What is that picture? Okay. Why can't I? Okay. It's okay. I don't know what here. Okay, let's go. So, who is not there? Rabiot will not be there. Yeah, Fagioli, I made him last time. I made the Holly. I don't know why I did that. Okay, Rabiot is not there. The other ones are there. Okay. I give you already a surprise. Tell me if I am right or not. Perin plays versus Verona. You bet with me? You want to bet with me? Perin plays... Hey guys, I'm the first one to tell you. Huh? Perin plays versus Verona. Here we go. Write it down. Perin plays versus Verona. No. No, sorry. I take it back. No. You know why? I know Allegri, and because we are playing Coppa Italia is the cup of Perin, so Perin plays all the games in Coppa Italia. Whoever it is, he plays. He will not change now playing Perin and then... No, Radovan. No, I was wrong. I'm wrong. Perin plays Coppa Italia. I'm sorry. Because I'm always thinking how Max is thinking. If Max is playing Perin, Verona, and Szczesny for the first time in Coppa Italia against Inter, it would be a really bad message. Then it could even be that Perin is playing 2 in a row, but Perin is playing Inter 100%. I believe Szczesny plays here. Szczesny and Perin in Coppa Italia. Anyway, this is the least of our problem. Azzurri Juve, love Perin. Sir, after live, Beppe sends the lineup to Allegri. I will try. Okay. Vlahovic will play. Kostic will not play. Okay, let's go with the lineup I saw. I saw this lineup from Sky, but you know that Sky is always wrong. I saw this lineup. 3-5 like this, and then who was behind Dusan Vlahovic? I don't remember. Who did they put behind Dusan Vlahovic? I don't remember. Wait, let me check. I will try to see because I saw it earlier. Di Maria. What are they talking? They are crazy. These guys are so crazy. These guys are really crazy. These guys are crazy. These guys are really crazy. They don't understand. They don't understand football. It's incredible how they don't understand football. But anyway, it is what it is. Okay. Wait, because there might be a big news. There might be a big news. I need to check myself before speaking. But apparently sources from Diario AS are saying that even without Champions League, Angel Di Maria has decided to stay at Juventus. I don't see the news myself, so I will not go too much on that, but that would be great. Okay, so let's go roll by roll. Szczesny should be there because Perin plays Coppa Italia, okay? Bremer came back really early. I don't even know if he played or not a single minute with Brazil, but I don't believe so. So Bremer starts. Bonucci trained individually. Then you have Gatti, Danilo here. And they are putting Alexandro here up. If you are doing so, that means that you are playing with all your defenders. It's true that Danilo and Alexandro, they stayed. That's good. But you are playing with all of them immediately. I don't know why you should do that. I don't know why you should do that. It can be, I can understand the reasoning why, but it's really strange. I believe instead that you can potentially do this. Alexandro on the bench for Inter. De Sciglio here on the left. And you have a... Wait, let's build like that. You have a Quadrado that, like here. Well, in the midfield, you don't have a lot of choices. You can put... but that's the problem, You have too much young players, so you need a bit of maturity with Locatelli. Di Maria will not play. Forget about it. You can play like this. Could... no, then you have nobody on the bench. You can play like this, guys. I believe, Where is he? I believe. Look. Mo is saying thanks for what? Oh yeah, of course I did the emoticon. Mo said, thanks Beppe, to me, a message. Uh, and then I answer him and he's not watching my message. Boo. What do you think, guys, about this lineup? Wait. This is wrong, huh? This is wrong. Here. You have Miretti on the bench. Of course, without injuries, huh? What is this lineup for? Just got to life. No, it's for Verona. We are testing, without Rabiot, without Paredes, without Pogba. What do you think, guys? Ealing Jr., Locatelli. My concern with Ealing Jr. is that Ealing Jr. he played 3 games, I think. Even if he played not a lot versus France. But I believe he played like 3 games. He was absolutely not there. If it's Ealing Jr., I tell you. If it's... No, forget about it. Why not? Okay, let's say the other option is starting with Ealing Jr. and having De Sciglio instead of Cuadrado. Why to have Cuadrado resting? What is happening with Mo? I'm worried because Mo is always watching. He said thanks, Pepe, but for what? I'm worried. Hey, no, I'm worried because he sent a message and then I answered. I don't like that. No, it's not that I don't like. It happens, but I'm concerned. And hey, Sir Raz, I think Ealing will get in a 65 minute. Could be. I think that Ealing, because of international travel, let's see, because he went with England. I'm curious. But I think he played like 3 games, the last one a bit. With the under 20s. Here. International friendlies, he played 82 minutes. No. They played only 2 games. They played only 2 games. Okay. 60 minutes. Okay. versus USA and 11 minutes versus France. Okay, okay. I was thinking he played, I don't know why, I was sure he played like 3 games. I read that wrong. But it can happen. Ealing to start, De Sciglio here, even if I'm hesitant. I believe we start like this with De Sciglio here, Quadrado here, could be. And second half, you put in Ealing Junior. That's a bit more realistic. Ragazzi, we will continue the discussion tomorrow. We have 2 hours of live. Grazie a tutti. I hope I didn't forget anybody. Azzurri Juve, David Marazzo, Jesus Macias, Daniel Perone, Nirai, David Marazzo, My Freddy Monamu, Stavros Georgiou, Autolectual, Sader, Mohamed Youssef, Allen, Yetarian, Gazzo, Ron Rusitano, Rada, Al Harbi, Mr. X, but also Radovan in the chan, Khalid, Sasha, Alessio, Andratos, Aldo, Mr. Juventino, to Sweden. Grazie, forza, Juve. Ciao ragazzi, maximum of like, maximum of likes. How much? 150.